Hey guys, Michael Como here. For today's video, we are on a field trip to find out how much of the food that we typically buy every week we can find in those stores for maybe a little bit less money than what we usually pay. We're gonna start with Aldi right now. It's right behind here. So let's get out and see what we can find. This brings me back memories from back home in Austria where you have to use a coin to get the card out. Let's look at fruit first. I don't necessarily expect to find any organic fruit here, but maybe we'll be surprised. But there are a couple of fruits, and even if they are not organic, like conventionally raised or conventionally grown, you can get away with them. Like pineapple is one example that doesn't typically have a high pesticide load. So they have pineapples right here. You can buy them, and that's something we would buy for the kids when they're in season. And what do you know? They actually do have organic produce. There is a little section here. And so most of it we don't eat and don't buy, but here are strawberries. They seem to be organic. Now, what's important with berries is most of the organically grown berries are actually grown in water and not in soil. So from a nutrient perspective, not ideal, but if you like the taste of them, definitely a good choice here. They also have blueberries and they have organic grapes. And that is pretty much all we would buy in terms of produce here anyway. We don't eat a lot of leafy greens, so let's move on and see what else I got. And just when we wanted to move on, we found another little organic section here. So they have organic bananas, they have organic zucchini. So if you peel them and de-seed them, you can eat them, or we would buy them. They have organic avocado and even apples. So there are actually a couple of things that you can buy at Aldi and you can find at Aldi that is organically grown. Very nice, didn't expect that. The other thing we just found down here is distilled white vinegar. We use that for cleaning produce or for cleaning fruits. And that is actually half the price than at Costco. So this is a good buy here. And then over here we also have organic apple cider vinegar. We usually buy that at Whole Foods, and so they have that here as well. A little bit up here we have different types of olives. We actually eat olives, and the only thing that I look out for is to make sure there are no seed oils in there. And this one is just sea salt, red wine, vinegar, water, and the olives obviously. So, and they're in glass, so that would be a good option here as well. For $1.99 it's a fairly good price, I would say. And here we have a lot of awesome bread. We buy this every week. We eat a lot of bread. And so here is a huge selection. No, I'm just kidding, we don't eat bread. But I do have bread here. So here we have a bunch of different beef snacks, meat snacks, including jerky. And they even have one from 100% grass-fed beef. But if you look at the ingredients, you can see that most of them either have soy product, soybeans, soy sauce, or even canola oil. So unfortunately, I would not buy either of them. There is an option up here from Sims. They are not grass-fed, however, they're otherwise pretty clean. Only beef, vinegar, salt, raisin juice, and spices. So not grass-fed, but if you're in a pinch, I would get this over some of the other options that have either seed oils or soy. So here in the egg section, unfortunately, there is only one option, and that's just traditionally raised hens or eggs from traditionally raised hens. It says farm fresh, but that's really just a gimmick because all hens grow up on a farm, even if they are in a cage. And so those are likely caged eggs, and I would not recommend buying those. Apologize again, I have to get used to the organizational system here at Aldi. They actually have pasture-raised eggs here. So these ones, pasture-raised large grade A eggs for $4.69. That's also very reasonably priced compared to some of the other options that we've seen at stores. And so yeah, Aldi has that too. Who knew? I'm surprised by Aldi, but we're not going to buy them today because we have our own eggs and hens, and so we have no need to buy eggs in the store. In terms of milk, they don't have pasture-raised milk, but they have organic milk, full-fat milk without hormones and antibiotics. So that, a step in the right direction. And if that's the only milk you can find, then I would probably go with this one. Again, I would prefer milk from pasture-raised cows, but this one is probably going to be your next best bet. If you're a coffee drinker, good news is Aldi also has organic coffee here from different regions, from Mexico, Nicaragua, and other, looks like Central South American countries. We typically get our coffee from a local roaster here in the area. But if you like coffee, this seems to be a good option as well. Fairly reasonably priced. So there you go. There's also maple syrup here that you can find in glass, not in plastic, so that's very good. All right, in terms of honey, they actually have organic honey. They have local, raw, unfiltered honey. So a couple of good options here. Unfortunately, they're all in plastic, which tends to leach endocrine disrupting chemicals into the contents. So glass would be better, but if you want a raw and organic, they have some options here. I also see jelly that doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup. It's organic as well. It has cane sugar, but if that's something you want to have on occasion, it's in glass, organic, it's an option. All right, in terms of sausages, we actually found 100% grass-fed, uncured beef hot dogs, so that's a great option. We'll try some and see if the kids like them. All right, in terms of butter, we actually found some Irish butter with made from grass-fed milk. It kind of looks like Kerrygold, and from Kerrygold we know that just because it says grass-fed, it doesn't mean 100% grass-fed. So I suspect that this might not be 100% grass-fed, but it's probably better than some of the other options that have canola oil. So there you go, butter at Aldi. And it looks like this is the same brand. Cheeses from grass-fed cows. Again, might not be 100% grass-fed, but we're gonna try it out, see how it tastes. If you like sparkling water, Aldi has some great options here in glass bottles. That's very unusual. So if you like sparkling water, glass, there you go. In terms of seafood here, they have wild-caught sockeye salmon, if you like that. Very nice. And now let's see if we can find some grass-fed beef here. Ding, 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 ding. They actually do. Grass-fed ground beef for $7.19 a pound. That's fairly well priced. But it's not from the US, it's from Australia, Uruguay, and or the USA. So it's probably a mixed source, but that's okay. All right, they even have grass-fed steak here. They have New York strip and ribeye for $12.49. That's a pretty good price per pound for grass-fed beef. I think it's the same as the other one, probably from outside of the country. It doesn't really say where it came from. But yeah, there you go. They have grass-fed beef. I'm surprised. I didn't expect that, to be honest. In terms of frozen fish, seafood, they also have wild-caught shrimp here from Argentina. And I saw some wild-caught cod here as well. So there are a couple of frozen options as well if you like seafood that you can find at Aldi for relatively good price. But one thing that I certainly did not expect is pastured ghee, which is clarified butter, great for cooking. I really love the taste, and it's from one of our favorite brands, Forth & Heart. So again, if you're looking for a good cooking oil options, tallow is our favorite, but ghee is right up there on the list as well. So check that out. They also have 100% pure avocado oil. Now with avocado oil, you never know if it's really pure or if it's mixed or something. Some are rancid. So based on the tests and checks I've seen, I don't fully trust avocado oil, but assuming this is a good one, then, here you go, you can find it here at Aldi. If you like baking and, bake with non-wheat sources or gluten-free sources, there is coconut flour, organic coconut flour. We use that for baking cookies from time to time, so that's cool. And it's relatively inexpensive, it's less than $5. They also have raw blue agave nectar. That's organic. It's in plastic, unfortunately, but they have that here as well. Here we found also another ghee option. It's not from pasture-raised cows, but it's a little bit less expensive than the other option we showed before. Here they have organic coconut oil. That's also a great option for cooking. Not quite as good as tallow and ghee in my opinion, but still a reasonable option. And then they have some sprays here. Expeller Press coconut oil spray. Let's see if it has anything else. It doesn't, so that's a good option as well for maybe for grilling. Over here, let's go over here. They have sauerkraut. Fermented food is also good. We have that from time to time. Doesn't say anything about being organic, but it's from Germany, so I'm pretty sure it's good. And in terms of salt, here they have Himalayan pink salt. It's just $2. That's relatively well priced. And then this is just regular sea salt. So there you go. We have salt too. There you go. And I think with that, we're gonna wrap it up. You ready? All right, so that was Aldi. We paid $89.98, so $90. And for that, we got 4 pounds of ground meat. We got 3 steaks. We got sausages. We got cheese. We got some sauerkraut, some bananas, apple cider vinegar, and some olives and vanilla bean. So I think that's a reasonable for the amount of food that we got. Yeah, that's Aldi. I was so surprised how many things we could find at Aldi. Never expected it, especially the grass-fed meat. So Great option if you have one nearby. We do, fortunately. We're gonna check it out more often. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comments what I could have done better. Until next time.